Today on Wrist, Beards, and Gear, we check out the MV7X dynamic microphone from Shure. So when it comes to microphones, I think the undisputed king of everything microphone related is probably Shure. There is no company more recognized for their advancements in microphone technology, but also everyone uses Shure, and they are by far the most found microphone in both live venues and in broadcast. Now, today we are going to talk about the MV7X, which is a new addition to the Shure family. Now, before we go any further, you can consider this a sponsored video, as Shure sent me this MV7X to show you guys, but all thoughts and opinions are mine. Now, today we are going to deep dive into the Shure MV7X. The X stands for XLR, and it has a sibling, the MV7, which is XLR and USB powered. We're not going to talk about this in this video. We're going to focus on the XLR only version, but you may have seen either one of these in, any number of recent podcasts or celebrity interviews. So when you first take a look at the MV7X, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, hey, I've seen that somewhere before, haven't I? And aesthetically, you would be right, as the MV7X kind of takes its aesthetic cues from the SM7B. Absolutely. However, these are pretty different mics, and we will actually be comparing these in a little bit. Now, the Shure MV7X is a dynamic microphone, meaning you do not need 48-volt phantom power to use it, unlike a condenser or ribbon or something like that. This will plug directly into your audio interface and work right away. Plug and play. So the MV7X is a cardioid pickup pattern that also utilizes Shure's voice isolation tech for, less than perfect rooms. I actually have the refrigerator running right next to me, and it is incredibly windy outside. It's very noisy. I chose right now to do this video because I want to see how well this microphone rejects all of this noise going on around me. Now, with a frequency range of 50 hertz to 16 kilohertz, the MV7X is dialed for the human voice. This is where some of the differences may pop up if you're looking for this and maybe the much more expensive Shure SM7B. The MV7X is made for things like voiceover work, podcasting in a less than stellar room. I don't know why I'm doing this, because this is not a less than stellar room. This is a pretty stellar room, I think. But this is made for the voice, not necessarily the voice plus guitar cabs or drums or anything like that. This is made for you to talk into. So something that the SM7B actually does not have that the MV7X does is the ability to just kind of remove the plosive filter. I love that. I think this is kind of like this is a brilliant design. I'm just going to say it, because you've probably seen a lot of people just tear the foam right off the SM7B, and while maybe it's functional, it's not really aesthetically pleasing to look at. This is a great feature. It's very simple, but I think it's well thought out. Now, the housing of the MV7X is an all-metal construction. It feels very nice in the hand. It has some weight to it. It's not too heavy. It's also much, much more compact than the SM7B. And I know I keep getting this thing out as a point of reference, but I'm making points here. So right now, we're going to go ahead and compare, just as a point of reference, the SM7B to the MV7X. Now, I'm going to switch between each microphone, and I will note on the screen which one I am talking through and which one you are hearing at any given time. But I'm going to make some points and illustrate some thoughts that I have with these two microphones. Now, first, the MV7X is $179. The Shure SM7B is $400. It's a little bit more than twice the cost of the MV7. And I think the SM7B is going to have a little bit more top end, a little bit more low end, and it's also going to really require a very robust microphone preamp, because it's a very, very hungry microphone, whereas the MV7X is not. Any average interface, I mean, even from the most entry-level interface all the way up to very fancy interfaces, can handle it. It's very easy to get along with. Speaking of which, I am going into my Universal Audio Apollo X8. There's no post-processing done on either one of these vocals that you were hearing. And yeah, this has been a shootout of the MV7X and the Shure SM7B. So let's go ahead and wrap this up in a nice, neat package. What do I think about the Shure MV7X? I think this is a very, very great microphone that can do a lot of things voice related. If you're a creator, this is the microphone for you. Now, on my own voice, I like that it doesn't have the boominess that some microphones have. This is a dynamic microphone, so it's not going to be too crazy boomy. It's also not too crazy mid-range heavy. However, it does have quite a robust mid-range and top end for my voice. If I had a little bit more low end, I wouldn't complain. However, this is going to require very little processing if you are doing something like a podcast in your bedroom with some friends and something like that. So for that, I think this is the perfect microphone. And also, for $179, pretty good. It sounds like it's much more money, honestly. I will link down below in the description if you would like to know more information about the Shure MV7X. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you liked the video you just watched, please consider subscribing. And if you want to further support me and what I do, consider using some of the affiliate links down below in the description of this video. Go on over to Sweetwater, buy yourself something, and help me out at the same time. It's a win-win for both of us.